Colby Volke is a retired lieutenant colonel, spent 20 years in the U.S. Marine Corps, military criminal defense attorney, the last, 13 years, but artillery officer for the first 7 years, duty in the Persian Gulf, Operation Desert Storm, knows what we're talking about here today. So let's talk about the bomb. I just asked you if you heard talk of this moAb bomb during your time in the service. You said no, there was talk of a 10,000-pound bomb, which is half this size, and that kind of damage. Talk about the moAb and what it does and what it's supposed to do.
Okay, well, the moAb is it's a massive ordnance air blast bomb. And what it does is a bomb that blows up in the air before it hits the ground and creates an enormous amount of pressure. And it pushes down on the ground. It's good for soft and what they call soft and medium targets. So it's great for caves and tunnels and collapsing those.
There's been a lot of arguments kind of online. I think we are so political right now. Everybody takes a side and they hate what's happened and they want to argue if that's the right weapon to even use. You believe it is, because it is sort of a top of the ground clearer as well, right, of structures on top, but it also can not penetrate, but the concussion kind of just forces caves down?
Right, it will collapse caves and explode any munitions that are in there as well. So use of a weapon like this in an urban area could be an illegal act.
Okay.
Given what they used it for here, it sounds like it was the absolute appropriate weapon for the situation. It's not an urban area, there's no limited risk for collateral damage.
Right.
But at the same time, it is an enormous blast. I mean, the blast, it's a mile blast radius, which is an incredible size explosion.
Another thing it's mentioned in sort of the schematics or the intent is it is a morale devastator, and I assume that's because it's just a scary weapon. Right?
Absolutely. In addition to how effective it is in penetrating tunnels and caves, the psychological effects of such a weapon can be devastating to an opposing force or group like ISIS.
You talked about the legal nature of using that in a city as opposed to where it was, and you say this probably was legal. A lot of the talk today is also about the president and if he should have authorized it, if he needed congressional approval, and I wonder if he even, how much of a role he did have in authorizing it. And I'm going to ask you about that because we learned today that General John Nicholson, the commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan, signed off on it. He was authorized to deploy the moAb, and that authorization came from General Joseph Stump, the commander of U.S. Central Command. Could that have happened just from those two commanders? Because President Trump and even Secretary of Defense Mattis have said they want to give their commanders more leeway. Would they have given them this type of leeway, do you think?
They certainly could have, because it's still a conventional weapon. Now, there are certain kinds of weapons where they need authority from the National Command Authority, and perhaps this is one where they did at least get the nod from the White House. But it is a conventional weapon. It is something that the combatant commanders, which is the U.S. Central Command, certainly is normally within their purview to authorize.
You say you know Secretary Mattis. Is he a guy who would want to know this? What's your read on this? And does your gut tell you this went up the chain of command just as far as letting them know the thought process and getting permission?
My gut tells me that's true. And General Mattis is one incredibly sharp individual. He's incredibly reasonable, smart. He weighs all the options, and he also understands the significance of using a weapon like this. So there's nobody more I would trust to make the decision as a guy like Secretary Mattis.
And with that, I don't mean to make it too political, but with that, everybody knows you use this weapon, it's going to be news like it is today, right? And so that's when you go up the chain of command and ask for permission, authorization, whatever.
Sure.
Right. Okay, tell me about what you think this means going forward. You know, this is the first time this weapon has been ever used. I haven't heard any intelligence back of what has happened on the ground, but I'm sure it was impressive. Do you think they will use this more and more now that it's been used? Are we rolling out a new, policy?
I think now that we've deployed it, given the right situation, we can certainly use it again. We don't have an extraordinary number of these, so it can't be a very common weapon to use. But
and it's expensive.
And it's expensive. I think they're about 15 million a piece. But the use of this sends a strong message to ISIS, to North Korea, to all our foes anywhere, that we are not going to hesitate to use some of our most powerful weapons.
Okay. Lieutenant Colonel Volke, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure, Steve.
It's interesting you know Secretary Mattis.
I do.
How do you know him?
A lot of interactions. I get a lot of stories. It would take me a long time to tell you, but a lot of interactions. Some good, some bad.
Does he answer your phone call? If you called him, would he take your call?
He has before.
Very good.
He's also chewed my butt out pretty bad. So.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Colby. Thanks.
Sure, Steve.